Hello, this is Evangelist Wesley Paul. How do we as Christians respond in the days of coronavirus? Let me take you back a few centuries, in fact, to the first century. Mark Starks, in his book, The Triumphant Christianity, writes about the early Christians. How did they respond to a death plague that came in their time? In AD 165, when Emperor Marcus Aurelius was on the throne, there came a death plague that wiped out nearly 1/4 of the population. The pagans, or the people of that day, took the people who were dead and cast them out on the streets. In fact, they took even the dying and tossed them among the dead, left them there to die. How did the Christians respond? They took them water and food and love. Just as Jesus told them, love one another as I have loved you. How did Jesus love us? From the cross, He loved unconditionally. He loved us with an agape love. In fact, the Greeks had many words for love, but the highest virtue was agape love. Agape love. The highest was called agape love. And the Christians, the early church, showed that kind of love. Loved people with an unconditional love. In fact, during the 4th century, again, when another plague that came and was killing people all around, the Christians were responding in that same love, agape love. Emperor Julian took note of it, and he wrote the high priest in the temple of Galatia. He said, why don't you do as the impious Galileans, the Christians, are doing? They're caring for the sick and the dying and for the poor and those who not even their own. They're caring for our poor. Why don't you take water and food and do something for those in our kingdom? The temple and the structure that was there then did not have ways to show love and unconditional, compassionate love to the poor. But Christians have been known for that. And because of that, Christians grew. In the face of paganism, Christianity grew. It was a love that was demonstrated by the Christians. And that's what God wants us to show in these days of coronavirus. That unconditional agape love. The love that doesn't separate us from fear. In fact, Romans 8:38 says, nothing can separate us from the love of God. Not height, not depths, not principalities or powers. And we have that love of God in us. Let's take this love to our neighbors, to our friends. By all means, be careful, precaution first. Wash your hands, gloves, masks, self-distancing and social distancing. Whatever it takes, find a way to love your neighbor. Somebody that doesn't go to church, somebody that doesn't even follow Jesus. Maybe a neighbor in the backyard, to the side or to the front that you haven't greeted or haven't gotten to know. Walk their dog, get them food, get them medicine, maybe groceries. Maybe call somebody who are elderly in your neighborhood or in your church, or the young person or somebody in your church family. Connect with your own family, with your wife, your husband, with your children. This is a time to show that genuine and pure, unconditional, unselfish love. And may God help you as you demonstrate love. And may the love of God and the peace of God be in your hearts and your homes. This is Evangelist Wesley Paul. If you want to learn more about my ministry, you can go to my website, www.wesleypaul.org. www.wesleypaul.org. God bless you.